Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to talk about something that I really hope will be left behind in 2024. That's women being subjected to naked men in their spaces, and it being justified by saying that it's inclusive, and women getting no sympathy for when they object, or when they are shocked at the sight in a women-only space. I'm going to react to a video of one such incident where a young woman walks into a spa, the women's section of the spa, and sees a naked man in there. Does anyone do anything about it? No, because if this person supposedly identifies as a woman, he's allowed to be there. And what's worse is she received backlash for being visibly shaken at the experience. How dare you be traumatized? How dare you not embrace what you saw in that spa, in the women's only section of the spa? How dare you react that way? And what I want people to understand is these activists, they'll be perfectly happy to do away with women's spaces, just like they'll be perfectly happy to do away with women's sports and just remove categories.
To be clear then, in the Olympics, you would have just, open Olympics?
Open season.
Sex is irrelevant? Gender irrelevant? Everyone just competes against each
Absolutely.
other?
I would too.
Really? So do you understand?
Well, everyone just can.
Eli, do you understand that by doing that, you literally end the Olympics? It's all over because only men would win. Do you understand that? That's why we separate them.
I don't want to take this down.
Now, hang on. I want Eli to respond. You literally are destroying the Olympics for anyone who's not a man.
Every congressperson has a bathroom in their office, so she's got a bathroom she can use in her office, and I'm sure she can use your bathroom and the bathroom of every Democrat and every person who's not a bigot in the United States Congress.
We have bathrooms here. In this building, it just says all genders.
Yeah.
Why can't they just do that everywhere?
Yeah,
Well,
there are all gender bathrooms in many of the Capitol office buildings, not necessarily in the Capitol itself, but we're going to work through that issue.
Renovate.
They'll be happy for women's spaces to be eliminated and everything to be unisex, just to accommodate some entitled males who think they have a right to be in the women's bathroom. Males such as the one who recently had a dance party in a women's bathroom. Now, this video was a few weeks ago, but it has gone viral again recently, and I thought it was a good opportunity to share my thoughts. Because some of the SJSU stories kind of overtook everything, so let's take a look.
So I'm leaving the spa that I've been coming to for like 8 years. And I know I look upset, and it's because I am. This spa. It's called Island Spa and Sauna. It's in Edison, New Jersey. I've been coming here for 8 years. This is like my place of refuge. It's where I come to relax after like a crazy week or after a very stressful incident, or where I come to just clear my mind, and just, yeah. In this spa, there's like a Korean bathhouse. In this bathhouse, there's like hot tubs, a cold tub, showers, a place where you would get body scrubs, and saunas and stuff. My typical routine is to come in, soak in the hot tub, go get a massage, come back, soak in the hot tub, go have lunch. Then maybe like I might do a body scrub, I might not. After lunch, I might soak in the hot tub, get in the sauna, and then leave. That's my typical routine. And in this Korean bathhouse, everyone is completely naked. So there's a side for men that you can enter through the men's locker room, and they have their own side with their own hot tubs and stuff. And then there's a women's side, which you can enter through our locker room, and it's only women in there.
For obvious reasons, for obvious logical, common sense, moral reasons. But now in 2024, people think it's perfectly okay for a man to walk over to the women's section and make himself at home. There are people who aren't even comfortable undressing in front of people of the same sex, but there is some comfort knowing that you are among people of the same sex. Now they're saying that if you are uncomfortable with being in the presence of people of the opposite sex, then you're a bigot.
So today I come in, I soak, I go get my massage, I get ready to go back into the like bathhouse for women, and I walk in and I see a penis and chest hair and a low haircut. So I freak out and I run out. And I go to the people that work there. I'm like, oh my goodness, I think somebody came into the wrong side or something. There's a man in there. Now there's also all women working in there. So they all look at me in discomfort, and you can tell they're embarrassed, and they're just like, it's a trans woman. So now I'm in shock. Sorry. I'm in shock because this person saw me completely naked, without my consent. And I don't even know if I should call it a trans woman because it looked like a straight up man. I'm talking chest hair, a low cut, a very big penis, and was older in age. So he clearly had to be in his 40s.
You see how they're conditioning us? Oh, that's a trans woman. Again, exactly why I'm not a fan of that terminology. Because what she saw wasn't a type of woman. What she saw was somebody who was male. She walked in and saw a straight up man in the women's section, and her reaction was perfectly normal. But now, slowly and gradually, they're conditioning women to not have that reaction, to see that reaction as being bigotry, to see that reaction as being mean. But it's a perfectly natural reaction. That reaction is there for your survival. That reaction is there to alarm you that something is unsafe and you need to get out. That's how we are instinctively meant to react for our survival. But people are telling women and girls that it's wrong to react that way. So again, I say this is something that needs to leave in 2024. These businesses, these establishments that allow this, they are complicit in traumatizing women.
And you can tell the spa workers are torn because you could tell they're uncomfortable, and he's walking around, penis swinging, and they're like, well, if someone identifies as a trans person, we legally can't make them leave. So I'm crying at this point. Because at that point, I've been coming here for 8 years, and this is one of my safe spaces, where I go to unwind and everything. And it's just that quick, my safe space just became unsafe. And I almost felt I don't know, I'm trying to wrap my head around my feelings. I kind of feel like something very private to me was taken from me without my consent. And when I say something very private, meaning my body, I shouldn't have to be in spaces where men have full access to me naked without my consent, and vice versa. So I'm crying, and the manager, you could tell, very apologetic. They feel bad because they're legally, New Jersey law, there's nothing we could do. So they're we'll comp your admission fee and we'll comp your food, but we'll just charge you for your massage. So I immediately get dressed, and I leave, and I'm at the front desk and I'm embarrassed that I'm crying because I'm this shouldn't feel this intrusive, but I felt I don't know, I felt embarrassed because we're kind of conditioned to feel oh, everything's transphobic, me even feeling this way is transphobic. But I was very, very uncomfortable, and I just feel I have the right to feel that way. So I don't know if I have $500 worth of gift cards here. I come here, I said, I've been coming here consistently for 8 years. I come here, I do my yoga when they have yoga sessions, so it's just, I don't know. Help me to wrap my head around this, guys. Am I bugging right now?
Oh, I can tell she was pausing the video because she obviously didn't want to cry on camera. I could tell she was pausing the video to have a good cry before she continued. Imagine second guessing yourself because you react in a perfectly natural way. A woman reacts in a perfectly natural way. She has a perfectly natural response to seeing someone naked who shouldn't be in the women's section, to seeing a naked man in the women's section, and to being seen in a state of undress herself by a man, which she did not consent to. She reacts in a perfectly normal way, and now she's second guessing herself because of the policies that have been introduced, because society in general is telling you you're transphobic. I mean, wasn't it Riley Gaines and Paula Scallon who spoke about how the girls at Pennsylvania University were told that they should seek counseling?
No one has asked us how we felt. We exist to validate a male's identity. But the Ivy League, Leah Thomas's teammates, actually, when they were concerned about the locker room situation and they sent an email to the Ivy League and the NCAA, their response was, here are some counseling resources you should seek if you feel comfortable seeing male genitalia in your locker room. And then they were referred to the LGBTQ Education Center to educate themselves on the oppression that these athletes are dealing with. So no one within the NCAA is willing to acknowledge us, our feelings, our safety, our privacy. I've really tried. I feel like it's really only happened like the past couple weeks where I like get emotional talking about like the locker room scene, because it is just so wild that you can turn around and see a 6'4" biological man pull his pants down watching you undress, and no one is willing to stick up for you.
They were told that there was something wrong with them. That's what these policies do. That's what the legislation does when it introduces gender identity. All of this causes us to second guess ourselves. Are we the ones who are bigots? Are we the ones who are overreacting? Are we being unreasonable? Because after all, this is a trans woman. Everything has been altered to change the way we think, to change the way we respond to these things, to change the reaction of people around us. He may be well-meaning, but end up being complicit in this lie. What she described there, having someone seen her naked, a man seeing her naked without her consent, what she described there was being violated. So let's hear from this, in my opinion, a misogynist who thinks that women should just put up with it and shut up, or you're a bigot. Viewer discretion is advised. If you have a blood pressure problem, probably best to skip this one, to skip this response.
Wrong side or something, there's a man in there. Now there's also all women working in there.
Yeah, to answer your question, it's extremely transphobic. Not necessarily the fact that you have questions or that you're confused. That's not the transphobic part. The video is absolutely transphobic. Your outlook on it is transphobic. You're emboldening other people in your comment section to also be transphobic. And by the way, I don't really believe you. Obviously, I wasn't there, but you're giving a lot of tells to show me that you're lying. Or at least you're embellishing the truth a lot. Which, if you need to embellish the truth in order to get a point across, a point that is ultimately transphobic, yes, it's transphobic. Also, at best, the implications here are that you're trying to police trans people to do what you need them to do in order to pass. Just because you have the means to go to this luxury spa on a weekly basis. By the way, I go there too. Not on a weekly basis, but yeah, Island Spa's awesome. The food's amazing. And I am so happy that you're not going to be there anymore.
Okay, let me stop him right there. We don't need anybody to make us feel more comfortable in the way they dress, or in the way, in the cosmetic surgery that they have, or whether they shave or not. We just need you to be female. If you're not female, you stay out of the female section. It's very simple. We don't need a man to make us feel more comfortable by presenting himself as more feminine. We just need you to stay out of our spaces. That is the only way we're going to be comfortable. When we're in a women-only space and surrounded by, guess who? Women. You don't have to believe her. What is a fact is that this person was male, because the staff confirmed it. Obviously, she saw it with her own eyes. And it's not up to you to say whether or not a woman should be comfortable with that. You don't know how anybody would react. You don't know what people have been through. Some women will go in there and be re-traumatized. You have no right to say how somebody should react. This is the epitome of misogyny, all under the guise of standing up for trans women. All she did was come on camera and say what happened to her. But what he's doing is coming on camera and attacking a woman for reacting in a perfectly normal way to seeing a naked male in the women's section of the spa. What he's doing is coming on camera and spewing misogynistic rhetoric towards this woman, saying that she's a liar, saying that you don't believe her. You don't have to believe her. The basis of what she said is 100% fact, unless this spa comes out and says, we don't allow males in the women's section. That is a lie. She walked in and she saw a male in the locker room. Whether you think she should be okay or not with that is your ridiculous opinion that no one cares about. But she will respond how she responds. Many of us don't know how we're going to respond in certain situations. But who is he to tell somebody how they should respond? And a black woman too. I mean, we can accuse him of all sorts of bigotry. This opens a whole new can of worms.
Anyway, not all trans people have the means to do what you need them to do to make you more comfortable. Even if trans people do have the means and the money, it's up to them.
Sorry. Again, we need them to stay out of our spaces. We don't need them to be in our spaces and present themselves a certain way.
You don't get to dictate in all your transphobia how trans people should be in order to make you feel comfortable. Also, in your comment section, now a few other tells that I know that you're being disingenuous. One, I can't find it now, but a couple days ago you had posted a comment in your own comment section talking about how sometimes kids come to this spot and they're not safe, which is absolutely like lending into that whole like, oh, trans people are dangerous in bathrooms. As soon as somebody puts that out there, I already know who you are. Also, throughout this video, you're crying, yet I see no tears. Lady, the last couple of years I've learned that the crocodile white woman tears have cousins. In this case, you're showcasing the cisgender, heteronormative crocodile tears. They're meant to falsely make you a victim and paint trans people as witches to hunt. See, this trans person in the locker room did nothing to you, and I know that because you would have said something. Put you in no danger. The best thing that you could come up with in order to make this transphobic post, because that's the point, right? You want to be transphobic and you want to be a victim at the same time. The most egregious thing that they did to harm you was they had body hair. As somebody who works in healthcare, I see naked people all day long, including cisgender women who have a lot of chest hair, or armpit hair, or leg hair, or ass hair, or...
Do they have a penis? So I made a joke about him addressing a black woman. And what does he do? He makes a racist statement. These people don't know how misogynistic they are. They don't know how racist they are. And they come on here on their high horse talking about transphobia. And to just dismiss the possibility that she could have walked in there with her niece or her daughter. We're supposed to be okay with little girls being exposed to male genitalia because the person supposedly identifies as a woman. And by the way, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He has no idea who she is referring to. It could have been a predator in that bathroom for all we know. He hasn't vetted this person and done a background check on this person. He hasn't seen this person's medical records. He doesn't know if this person is a autogynephiliac. He has no idea what he's talking about. The guy could have been a straight up pervert. But wow, this guy just seems to assume that this was an upstanding individual because this person was referred to as a trans woman. So that automatically makes the person safe for women and children, even when they're naked in the women's section of the spa.
81% of women experience sexual assault, myself included. 1 out of 3 women will be full on or have been. And no, you're right. This person didn't do anything to me physically. Are you recommending that women put themselves in positions that are potentially dangerous and wait until they are harmed to then speak up? Because as a woman, let me tell you how that works. Women are 9 out of 10 times blamed for their own assaults and rapes. All like usually. Let me tell you what would have happened if that person did something to me and I said something about it. The response would have been, well, why would you have been somewhere with your vagina out where there's a random penis present in the first place? It wouldn't have been, oh, that person's wrong. It wouldn't have been, oh, assault is bad. People shouldn't assault people. It would have been, how is that woman responsible for her own assault? Because that's how it all goes. Which brings us back to our response when we see random penises. It's our responsibility to protect ourselves. And yes, I did say children go to that spa because they do. Children do go to that spa. I don't care what you're talking about. I wouldn't want my daughter to see some random person's penis. Like, I don't know what world you're living in. That's not normal. Now, as for the tears that you were searching for, I wasn't putting on an Academy Award-winning performance. So whenever I felt tears coming, you can go rewatch the video and use this. You see, I stopped the video, gather myself, and then return to telling my story.
What happened to my body, my choice? It's her body, and she should be able to decide who sees her naked. She walked into the women's section of the spa and she expected to be surrounded by women who are in the same boat. And she has every right to that expectation, and she's not a bigot. for responding in a perfectly natural way. But anybody who tries to make her feel bad for responding that way, I question if you are not the one who is the bigot. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. Take care of yourselves, and God willing, I will see you in the next video.